basically 3 years in the program, learning to find a way to communicate my experience and my research to audiences. The purpose of my study involves my inquiry and investigating the dimensions of the worlds I created through my art and writing in relation to the texture and shine of the real life circumstances I navigated in order to create, heal, and self-recover. In this study, my process of wayfinding and worlding to healing and self-recovery will guide my investigation into how art making and writing, inspired by Africana religions and African indigenous epistemologies, have helped me navigate life after trauma. And my research question, so a strong research question is essential to the dissertation. I'll discuss a number of concepts contained in the research question throughout the presentation. So the question is, how might my artworks and writings from 1993 to 2023 reveal creative processes of wayfinding and worlding to healing and self-recovery using a contra-feminist theoretical analysis? So to start breaking down some of these terms, I'll address the wayfinding element first. So wayfinding, my search into wayfinding involves reading the critical autoethnographers Iosifo, Hawkins, and Fave, who posited that wayfinding is a mission to uncover previously subordinated ways of knowing, so to learn from the past so that we may survive and begin to thrive. Wayfinding is a term also used to describe both process and profession dedicated to helping people navigate. So there's a whole field of designers who work on explaining or creating signage that can help people navigate through physical spaces. But wayfinding also relates to the process of forming a mental picture of one's surroundings based on sensation and memory. So I'm looking at that kind of design orientation to wayfinding through physical spaces to think about how wayfinding might happen creatively through art making, and also wayfinding through life, navigating to try to find one's way to point A to point B. And in my case, that journey is from trauma to healing. So a bit more on wayfinding. There are physically embodied forms of wayfinding or navigating through physical spaces and environments, like I mentioned. Then there are times, such as might be the case for a neurodivergent person like me, when we learn to navigate by managing our emotions while uncovering the way from one point to another. Wayfinding for me is allowing spirit to be my compass as I move through various physical spaces and my inner worlds. And as a young person, and even now, I wayfind through reading books, through conversations and relationships with people I respect and admire, through making art and writing by diving in and courageously making changes throughout transformative choices in my life. To share a bit about worlding, what I mean by that for my study,